All right, let's move on to our next topic.
Yes, Mr. Kieran Smith, the distance swimming captain, has, I'll say it like this, and this is kind of, I think, what we have said many times, where it's like, if we don't know something, something's wrong with the way it's being presented or the marketing behind it. I haven't heard nothing about him, like, in the last, like, since 2021, like it says in the ticker. You know, I think he had a really good world champs, I believe, based on just the film stuff that I have, like my own library. But like I said, I only know that because of my library. I don't know that because I read it in a swim article or saw it in my feed or saw it in his feed or whatever. So what do you think is what do you think's happening to Mr. Big Dog over there in Gainesville?
I agree with you. I didn't even know he was still swimming. He retired. I forgot. I literally forgot about him, and hasn't gone. I mean, when you hear that stat, like hasn't gone a best time, that doesn't really move me that much, because you can't go best times forever. Like, that's just not how time works, you know. And
Yeah.
I think we put too much. I think swimmers put too much pressure on themselves as best time being the ultimate mark of success. Because honestly, I really like how track and field does it. And I remember after like the suits got banned and everybody had these like crazy times that they did suited, and then now.
Oh, wait, hold on. Also, I'm tripping. He's a 400 freestyle guy. 400.
Yeah.
Comes down to the 200. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when everybody had to get rid of the full body suits, and then went back to the jammers, people didn't know what to do, because they're like, oh man, I'll never go this best time again. But that's when I started reframing my thinking. I like how track and field did it, or how they do it. They'll have like personal best, and then they have like season best. So both of those are great things to do, but no one is really like, when someone goes a personal best, it's like, oh wow, that's unusual. It's unusual. Whereas going a season best is more acceptable and more praised almost. So I kind of looked at it that way. It's like, how fast can I push myself this season, versus, like I said, time doesn't work like that. Eventually you're just going to hit a time where you can't go any faster. So that shouldn't be the end all be all. So saying that Kieran Smith hasn't gone a best time in his best events since 2021 doesn't really mean anything to me. I want to see, like, has he made any teams since then? Has he won any medals since then? Has he even competed since then? I haven't heard anything from him.
So he's competed in definitely more than a few meets, but 2022 he's at the World Championship, Short Course Worlds. 2024, and then long course he was at the Japanese World Championships. And he's been to Budapest World Championships and the Abu Dhabi World Short Course Worlds.
Okay, so that sounds pretty successful to me. Just got horrible.
At the same time, like,
just got terrible marketing for his brand. So
yeah, that's true.
Like, how are you making all these teams and doing all that, and I haven't heard of you?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like I said in the beginning, if we don't know something, like, that ain't our fault. Like, somewhere in the media it ain't being marketed properly, or like we are a reflection of we're almost a reflection of the streets. Like, if we don't know, it ain't being pushed.
Right.
But I think the thing about the dropping times side of it is, like, it's not, I'd say it's closer to what I went through than what Simone's going through, because we haven't seeing how this is going to taper for, the taper unicorn for Simone. But I remember like there was a certain point where like I'm doing all this hard work. I'm getting sick twice a year from my colitis, just from the stress overload. And I'm not dropping time. Like, what am I doing? Luckily I had dropped like maybe a 10th to win my junior year, the 200 freestyle. But then it's like, like I can not drop time from my bed. Like, why am I going to all these practices to not drop time when I can do the same thing? And I know some people are going to hear this and be like, well, like it's, you're still swimming fast. It's like, I'm not here to swim fast. I'm here to win. And I think in his case, like he's winning. In Simone's case, she's still being successful. Like I said, we haven't seen how her taper unicorn is going to work out. But like in my case, like I'm adding time and I'm not performing the way I want to, it'd be fair to say the only reason I won my title is because I got the draft off the guy for the first 100. Now that would not happen. I would have took him down anyway, but it's a fair critique, right? So it's like, without that draft, that's 3 years in a row of me moving up into a group I shouldn't have never been in and adding time for 3 years. What am I doing? So, and it's just like, I remember like when I was done swimming, right? And now I'm getting a little long-winded, so I'll try to keep this part short. And I remember like I got 19th at trials. I was seated 6th, and I was kind of a lot of people's dark horse to win the 200 freestyle on the swim pick'em challenge or whatever. And I like whenever I talk to people, just random people, not even swimmers, sometimes swim parents, but they'd be like, "Oh, did you win Olympic trials?" I'll be, "Yeah." Like, "Oh, what place you get?" 19th. And basically I ate like just terrible swim, 200 freestyle. And they'd be like, "Oh, that's really good." And after like the 6th person told me that, I decided, I was like, you know what? They're right. I am the shit. Like, they're right. And so I can get it. It's like when you get that certain level of success, it becomes like your new baseline.
Yeah.
And now everything that's not above that baseline kind of gets felt like as a failure. So I bet he's probably going through some of that. And, it's unfortunate, but I think that's what's going on. I really do.
Yeah. And the question is it time for him to leave Gainesville? I'm always 50-50 on that. Cause I mean, what is that gonna, is that what we don't know why, he's performing the way he's performing. So is leaving Gainesville gonna fix whatever the mystery is, Or,
this is what I believe. I believe if you're a high performance freestyler, no matter what it is, and you're not at Cal, you're stupid. That's what I truly believe. Like, I think that David is the best in the world at it. Like, I don't even know if I said it on here before, but if you go look at 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016, and I think 2020, right? Because 2024 just happened. Yeah. So in 2020, he's like David's Auburn coaching tree is responsible for like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 3. That's 18. I want to say like 8 to 10 of the medals won in the 50 freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, like that's all power swimming and cutting through the water efficiently. So if you're a freestyle and you're struggling, like, and this goes into just everything that's wrong with swimming, like just on the mental side. And it even goes to Dressel and the thing he said about like his, like, he's going with a sports scientist or whatever.
Yeah.
Why are you not doing it in your extra time? Like, of course we're like getting absolutely smacked around by the world. Like, Kobe is up at 4 a.m. working out And then by the time everybody gets to practice, he's on like his 4th workout. But you can't even do an extra hour before now on your sports science. Kieran can't go do research and figure out where are the best freestyle coaches in the country. Like, what are we doing? So I wanted to short-wind it and just got long-winded again. But it's just like the idiocracy of our sport is amazing sometimes to me. It truly is.
I have to agree with you on that. I'm just always 50-50 on like leaving your. I think it goes back to like the Bella Sims argument. Like she left Gainesville and then she blamed the coaches. But then it's like, well, you also blame the coaches in your club team. And then you also blame the coaches. You know, it's like at some point you got to look inward, like maybe it's you.
True. But I think as a swimmer, you to be successful, you have to believe that it's always you. I think the last lesson that you learn is that sometimes it's not you. And that's what I had to learn. Like I said, I had the 2.5-month taper, which is like half of the American Longhorns season if you're in college, to learn that, hey, Dax, it wasn't you. We had you in the wrong group. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm thinking, I just need to work harder. I need to work harder. And it's like, at some point you got to start to recognize when it's you and when it's not, and, take that gamble and just eat the consequences.
Yeah. So here's where I would come in with that. If he's been swimming with the same coach in the same group with the same style workouts this whole time, then what changed?
He's adapted to it.
So you think he needs to leave to find new adaptations?
Yeah.
Because I know for me, swimming great. And then one season I wasn't swimming great. The change was we got a new coach and started doing different type of workouts that didn't work for me. 10 200s and 20 100s every day.
Right.
It's not going to work for me. So I knew that I had to change because that wasn't my style of training. That wasn't working for me versus I'm swimming great doing the exact same thing. And then 1 year I'm not, even though I'm still doing the exact same thing. That's kind of where I'm like, what happened?
I think one thing though, that we have to remember is that if you're coming from, especially in this case, if you're coming from like a super high yardage program, I don't think you can go swing wrong. I really don't. Because you're going to be basically tapering the whole year anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when I left UT and went to swim back, I was down weight, but I still went faster than all but 1 year of my time at UT. Right. And that was the year that that 2.5-month taper. David and them thought I was joking when I said it. And then, I went faster, but not faster than that time. And I think no matter where he goes, they're going to put him in their middle distance group, but it's not going to be worse than what he's doing.
True.
Right. So like, it'll probably be like where he actually needs to be training at with different type of sets to produce a different type of stimulus with actual good technique or good biomechanics.
Yeah. So you're saying he needs to leave then?
Yeah. Get him up out of there.
Oof.
Get him up out of there, man. It's just that yardage stuff ain't no joke, bro. It's so easy to overtrain. So
true.
You miss a nap, done.
That's so true. Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
So Decky's probably putting the spanking on him too.
Yeah. And now he's frustrated too, like every day. Nah. Get him out of there.